Hey Primary 6 Math Prodigies, this is Coach Saiful with your daily dose of math mastery, and today we're going to go into question number 3 of your assessment paper number 11. Now this question is pretty simple. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. If you understand ratio very well, you should be able to do this question without a single doubt. Okay, so let's take a look at the question immediately. It says here the figure below shows a square that is divided into 4 parts, A, B, C, and D. So you can see here over here. And it says that the line PQ, which is this line, divides the square into 2 equal parts. Very important part of the question. 2 equal parts. In other words, AB is the same as C and D. Now it says that the ratio of area A to area B is 2:3, and the ratio of area B to area C is 2:1, and area D is 113.4 cm squared. Question is, what is the length of one side of the square? Very simple. So we have to find out what is the A is to B is to C is to D first. Okay, first step, A to B, they told you that the ratio is actually 2:3, am I right? And for B is to C, it tells you that it's actually 2:1. Okay, 2:1. Okay, how can that be? These two should actually be the same. So therefore, what we must do to make it the same is we times 2 to this, and therefore we times 2 to this as well to be fair. We times 3 to this, and we times 3 to this to be fair as well. So what we get at the end of the day is we get 4:6:3. Okay, and what is D? We don't know what D is. Okay, but what is the clue that was given to us? A and B is the same as C and D. So if A and B is 10 units, C and D must also be 10 units. Therefore, what's missing here? 4 plus 6 gives me 10. So what plus 3 gives me 10? The answer is 7. Therefore, D is 7 units. Now, can we do it? Yes, we can. Because now we know that 7 units is the same as, what was the area? 113.4. 7 units equals to 113.4. So we need to find out what is, now how do we find out the length of one side of the square? We first have to find out the area of the whole square, which then we can actually find the length, because then we know that length times length give you the area of a square. So let's find out the area of a square first. We find out what's 20 units by dividing 113.4 divided by 7 to find 1 unit, and then we times 20. So let's take this out. 113.4 divided by 7 times 20, that gives you the answer 324. So like I said, area of a square is simply length times length. So therefore, if the area is 324, that means something times something, which is the same number, gives you 324. In other words, to find the length, we just square root 324. Okay, square root 324 gives you the answer, which is 18. Therefore, the answer for this one side or one length is 18 cm. And if you got that one right, high five to you, because you are a math prodigy. Good job. All right, so that's all for this question. Very simple. And with that, this brings me to the quote of the week. And the quote of the week is, just because the goalkeeper is standing in front of you doesn't mean you can't score. Like I said, if fear is standing in front of you, or whatever is standing in front of you, you can always go around, through, under, over, whatever you want to do, and you can score. In fact, if you watch soccer, you know that people score amazing goals because goalkeepers are there, because they have found amazing ways to actually put the ball into the goal. Alright, so with that, this is Coach Saiful signing off, saying you are a math prodigy. Good job.